Do you ever feel discouraged or hopeless or overwhelmed you're just over it? Well, today I have something to share with you. It's Psalm 121. This is a chapter in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that is just a steadfast companion when things are uncertain, when you're going through something tough. And so let's just settle in and let's read and talk about this chapter together. From verses 1 and 2. I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. As we face ups and downs in life, all of us do, these two verses from Psalm 121 remind us to lift our eyes to the hills. Those hills, they can remind us of many things, but try to think of them as the presence of God. Just to look beyond the now, look beyond what we're in, and set our eyes on something greater. We can find strength by fixing our eyes on the hills, on God, on the one who created the heavens and the earth. And this is a powerful reminder that our help, it comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let you stumble. The one who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps. That's from Psalm 121, verses 3 and 4. As a parent, I often find myself to get worried about kids, teenagers in particular. But Psalm 121, it just beautifully describes God as our watchful guardian. He doesn't slumber. He doesn't sleep. We have constant care and attention from our Heavenly Father. Just like us as parents watch over our children. Just as a parent watches over their child through the night, God is there. He is safeguarding our lives. We can rest in the assurance that we are not alone. The Lord Himself watches over you. The Lord stands beside you as your protective shade. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon at night. Psalm 121, verses 5 and 6. God is a source of strength. We all have storms. We all have sun. We all have lots of stuff. And in the midst of all of that stuff, whether we feel weary or we feel energized, God is with us. And this part of Psalm 121, it reminds us that God is a shade for us. He protects us. He provides a shelter from trials and temptations, and He offers a refuge in times of need. As a parent, I found strength in just surrendering all of my cares to God. It's not about carrying the burden alone, but allowing the Lord to be our source of strength and renewal. The Lord keeps you from all harm and watches over your life. The Lord keeps watch over you as you come and go, both now and forever. Psalm 121, verses 7 and 8. Those last two verses of Psalm 121 are absolutely exquisite. The journey of life, well, it's a journey, and oftentimes journeys are unpredictable. They're filled with all kinds of twists and turns and ups and downs. But Psalm 121, the ending of that especially, it encourages us to trust God, to trust Him with unwavering faith. When we acknowledge that we depend on God, we begin a journey of faith that it leads to peace and it leads to assurance. It might be hard, might be tough, but with each step, we're guided by His hand. Psalm 121 is such a pivotal psalm. It's not quite the middle of the Bible, but it is close. with the middle being Psalm 119. But we can rest in the Lord, and that is one of the things that this psalm highlights, resting in the Lord. Try remembering that, to remember to rest in the Lord. It's not a passive surrender, but it's an active trust. It's about finding solace, finding peace in His promises, leaning on His understanding and allowing His peace to be all of our life. When times are tough, when it's more of a valley than the top of a hill, when there's more fear than faith, let the words of Psalm 121 strengthen you. Be blessed.